I came here for the greatest asset that exists in this business, and that's the people sitting in this room. Please say true. True. That sucked. Say true. True. Now let me tell you the real truth. I didn't come here for you either. Get over it. I came here for the people depending on you. In the world we're living in today, we need to wake up. But there's a lot of good in this room. Say true. It's time to wake it up. In a level that you've never seen before. And by the way, I'm not a motivational speaker. We had a guy the other day, gave me the mic and said, the motivational speaker's here. So I picked up the mic and I said, yeah, I live in a van down by the river. Yes. I don't believe in motivation. You know why? Because if you take an idiot and you motivate him, what do you got? That was not nice. You pointed at him. Just saying, Obi-Wan. What I'm asking you to do is we're talking about what is true. What is true is life's too short not to be happy. What is true, family's worth fighting for. What is true is seeing the blessings you have. You seem to want more, but you're not even able to be comfortable with what you have. Do you know how many people only wish they were in this room? Millions. There are two emotions. You've got to decide which one you're going to act on. We are all driven by our emotions. There are two of them. And here's the first one, disgust. So write the word disgust down. You never want to move your life forward when you're disgusted. And by the way, I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand if you've ever been in a position where you felt disgusted. Oh, that's dumber than stupid. You were yesterday. Come on, right? What I'm asking you to do is if you move your decisions forward, it's all about choices and decisions. If you move them forward based on an emotion of disgust, you have feelings of what? Frustration, anger, hatred, all the wrong things end up coming out. Sorry, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to help you get the right things because there's a lot inside of you. Life is nothing but choices. The first choice you had to make was to follow your heart. And you know what the most important is? In this room is one huge room that has a heart of servants. You love to help people in this room. Please say true. True. And by the way, fun doesn't come from the outside. Say true. True. It comes from the inside. So you decide right now you're going to have fun. Have a food fight. There's a lot of fun in a restaurant. The most amazing thing about life, an average human being talks to themselves over 60,000 times a day. More than that. You have more thoughts going through your head than anything you can ever imagine. And you know what's the saddest part about this whole situation? 80% of the thoughts you have are negative. What's up with that? It's your own thoughts. You can pick them. And you still pick negative? Why? It's easier. Intentionally, without intention, the human mind goes to the easiest route, just like the river. It's easier to be mean than it is to be nice. It's easier to think things won't work than they will work. Who in this room has ever signed up to go to a how to be a totally pathetic human being seminar? I had a guy the other day raise his hand and says, I teach that sucker. What I'm asking you to do is understand. And by the way, don't get mad at your outcomes in life. Get more upset with your inability to have better questions. I love when people come to me and they go, Bryan? I said, oh, okay. I want to know what your opinion is on this. So before I get into the conversation, I just lean into them and I ask them a question. Do you want to know the truth? And you'd be amazed how many of them say what? No. Stops the conversation right there. You got to realize one thing. Stop letting the world steal your purpose. Stop letting the world steal your time. Stop letting the world steal it. And by the way, don't get frustrated. Don't get the wrong emotion. Begin each day being a time giver. You know how I do it? It's very simple. When I ask somebody, you got 10 minutes? Good. I'll be done in 5. Intentionally, I'll be done in 5. And intentionally, and anybody knows me knows I work this way. Intentionally, I say, okay, by the way, I just gave you 6 minutes back. By the way, those of you who've seen me before, there's no greater gift than me being able to bring to you something that's going to be at a whole different level. And I'm thankful for that. Because I can speak for up to 6, now almost 8 days without a note. My well is very deep. Where it breaks my heart is I just run out of time when I know I could have given you more. So now what we're going to do is a little bit of coaching. Are you ready? Say yes. Yes. All right, last time I checked, negativity, you need to know where, if you're going to guard your thoughts, you got to guard your negative thoughts and your positive thoughts. So let's have some fun. And by the way, everybody put your pens down. Everybody raise your left hand. Everybody raise your left hand. By the way, this is not a political comment. Are we good with that? Somebody goes, this to Washington, D.C. No, it's your left hand, goofball. That's it. From this day forward, when you start thinking negative, like, oh, I couldn't do that. I can't find good people. What is this new generation? They promise everything and deliver nothing. And what is this? They said they were going to, are you still here? Raise your right hand. Hold them both up. This hand says, the reason you're in this room is because you got a heart of a servant and you love to help. Say true. The reason why you're in this room is not to be individual, but be united in this industry. So you can bring a voice that's going to help America become stronger. Say true. True. On the count of 3, click your fingers. Whoa. That was the worst I've ever seen. Some of you even clicked your fingers 3 times. How can we help you when you're not willing to hear? If you've already decided where somebody's going, why even take up time to listen to them? Get your hands back up there again. On the count of 3, click your fingers. 1, 2, 3. Makes noise, doesn't make enough noise to get anybody's attention. Agreed? Don't walk on eggshells. Let's be strong. Let's be happy. Let's be confident, and let's build our country the way it should be built. On the count of 3, clap your hands.
And that's you focusing on you. And more important than anything else, understanding that you can recognize how far you've come. Judge yourself on your own growth. Don't judge yourself on the void, and do not judge yourself on ideals. Because if you do, you become good. And you know what good is? Good people appreciate what they got while they have it. Average people only appreciate what they have after they lose it. Be somebody that allows people to go as far as they can, but do not allow somebody to go further than they should. We can be our own worst enemies. Please say true. You've got to let your loved ones go where they need to go, but you've got to help them understand when it's no more the right direction. And it could be in sports, it can be in business, it could be in finances, it could be in everything. The left hand, how does the left hand get somebody like you that has a heart of a servant to stop giving? It can't. So what's it do? It just gets you to overpromise. Yes, I'm looking at you, Obi-Wan.
The 3 words. Write them down. You ready? Bring energy home. Don't go home without it. Don't go home and say you're tapped. Don't go home and say I've used it all up, got nothing left for you. And don't go home and say turn on the TV, give me a cold beer, and shut up. You know why? Because you can get fired at home. Everybody look up. You got 48 hours from today to write down your goals. And why is it 48 hours? In that book, it's called The Truth of Diminishing Intent. What comes to your heart, you have 48 hours to get it done. If you do, you win. If you don't, the left hand wins. All I have to do is distract you for 48 hours, and you won't do it for as many as 3 years. And by the way, I'm going to say something right now. If anybody gets upset, get over it. America would be a stronger country if each and every one of us here in America would choose to be more personally responsible. Say true. So let's start it right now. It's your life. We have people fighting for your freedom. Now be responsible. Write down your goals. If you don't know what to write down on your no list, who in this room is married? I'd recommend you ask your spouse. You might want to bring a lot of paper. You know what the left hand says? That's the last person you ask. You know what the right hand says? That's the only person you ask. Ask and you shall receive it. Then choose the priorities and begin to grow it. Then guess what happens? The family gets stronger. When the family gets stronger, we're all happier. I bought my dad's F-150 from Colorado Springs. He drove for 4 years. I drove for 4 years. Jonathan drove it for 3 years. And Zach drove it for almost 3 years. And Ford found out about it. So Lou Holtz got me inspired to do what I needed to do for the right reasons, to be responsible. And because of that, Ford came out to our house and took a picture of my dad and me and my 2 boys standing in front of that F-150. You know what the caption said? 4 Dodges have yet to wear out 1 Ford. There you get her done. I didn't write the goals to have a Ford commercial. Come on, guys. I wrote the goal to be responsible. And when you judge when things go perfect, you judge most when things don't work out. And that's how you know if you have faith or not. If you have peace in your life, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Too often we feel that everything has to be perfect. That's not what life's about. Life needs to be real. And when real becomes possible, then the ability to hear becomes a reality. So what I'm going to ask you to do while they're working on this is I want you to think about this. What are your biggest fears? So you have 48 hours from right now to write down your 3 biggest fears you have in life. And don't say, I fear being successful. Really? Really? Let's dig deeper than that. And then what I'm going to ask all of you to do, and that's this. Are you ready? Please say yes. Yes. I want you to write down your 3 biggest fears, and I want you to share your 3 biggest fears with the person that's closest to you.